want to welcome you, particularly our board members, to our office. It's a great pleasure to have all of you in this in our office for the first time after a long time since we moved here. I'm sure this is your first time of coming into this our office. Obviously, we've been to the other ones, but here. So I welcome all of you. So what we want to do is to show you some of the work we've done over the period, and then we can have other conversations. I will allow the program manager to show us some of the good things we've done.
All right, thank you so much, our executive director. So I'm the program manager, and I'll be making a presentation on the impact of the project that we have done over a period of time. So there is no need of introduction of the organization, since everyone here is very, very familiar with the kind of work that we are doing. So I will be moving forward to, well, who we are, when we are established, the states that we function, the pillars that we have, the people we serve, who are the LGBTQ community and others. So we serve the key population here in Nigeria. So this is just like a brief summary in 4 bullet points, the persons we are, and then what we do as an organization. So moving forward in the research, we are going to have a very quick look at the project that we have done or we are currently doing, because this is not exhaustive of the things that we have done, but these are things that are currently going on. We have the paralegal HIV prevention and services, which is currently in partnership with Caritas and is happening in Imo State. And then we have our counseling services, which is in all the southeastern states. We have the human rights intervention project, which is also in the 5 southeastern states. And then we have the HIVOS narrative change project, which have ended last year, which was a national project, and AGHi was taking lead in that particular project. So this is like a glimpse of the kind of project that we have done, and then the kind of things that we are currently doing.
I see that we have so many successes and so many good activities, but I could imagine that there are also significant challenges that you face in the work that you do. Perhaps in this kind of presentation, it would be good to highlight some of them. We love successes, we love to hear success story, but it's also good to remind ourselves that it's not all bed of roses, and there are areas that we probably need to work a little bit more to have greater impact in the work that we're doing.
It's a good one, and I must commend you people. I have a few things, just observation question, and I'd like to ask the first one: what do we do about training? I need to, because when it comes to modern businesses, especially business like this, I believe that training should be very extremely priority for the organization. Then another one is data, because data is the new oil. Anything you do, our coming in here is already data, and the data management, storage, how you share it, how the people that demand needs it, the people that have access to it, and all that. Because why I say this is that most of the corporations, most of organization, data management is actually what is in vogue, because data is actually money. If you have any event at all, no matter how little, no matter how stupid, no matter how stupid you think that event is, data is very, very important. So any event must be documented, number of persons, the results, what we did, so that, and all those things will also help us to know how best to do things in the near future. Then obviously we opened up a conversation about partnership, how we are trying to see how we can be able to have something in London, UK, and also in Paris, France. So we have to develop it, have a serious tete-a-tete on it, and then come up with something.
I think we talked about like reaching out to the partners. I think that we heard reaching out to the partners of affected candidate or client. I don't know how you refer to them in program language. You already have like cases where they don't accept to provide contact, and you have to find a means to reach out to these people. Then we talked, I mean, the film you made, The Bridges of Love. I suppose that is a documentary that talks about the reality of people in this community or this population. I mean, I understand the security part of it, but are there learning messages or learning content that could be transposed in a way that all the general population might benefit from, like having an edited version where people's faces or people anonymity it's guaranteed, and that you can share to the larger population, because I think having such an important learning document being heating out of maybe a larger population that can benefit from it. Maybe it's something we can think of, the possibility of finding a way to re-edit that, masking the faces or even changing the voices in such a way that the lessons can go far and wide. And then the last thing would be about the psychosocial support for the leggers. The paralegas, I know like this is important for them because again they hear a lot of cases, but I also think that maybe all the other staff probably in their different activities also experience issues that might have heavy psychological impacts on them. Perhaps is there like a program that supports this all-round accompaniment linked to the training that Arthur was talking about, that can support also, I mean, provide this psychosocial support to all other members of staff. And then maybe the room for further partnership. I see that you have really good array of partnerships already, which is great, and some of them from very long time. I remember Heartland Alliance from from many years ago, including when you were working from their premises. So that's good to see that you're able to sustain some of this partnership, and that's a testimony of the fact that what you're doing is actually yielding impressive results that the partner wants to remain. So, however, we have seen already how the impact of having one-sided partnership has done to programming, especially with the case of US.
Yeah.
So, how do we diversify this partnership to ensure that programming doesn't cease when one partner ceases?
So for us here, we train, at various instances during our meetings. People, come up to make presentation on what you best know about, and then we have meetings on Mondays, we have meetings on Fridays. So we utilize these particular 2 meetings to have trainings. We also have our review meeting, which happens once in a month, probably every last Friday of the month, and then people come together to talk about the challenges they are facing, what works best for you, and then how can others also adapt this. And on talking about training, there are also other opportunities from other organizations that may come, maybe a training in Abuja, a training in Lagos, or maybe a training here in the Southeast, and then we are always called upon to send one of our staffs to represent. And what do they do when they come back? They come back to tell other staffs what they've learned and also pass the knowledge down to every other person. And then as you are working and doing anything you are doing, you become more efficient in the tasks that you are performing. And then now we are also encouraging our staff to also go to YouTube, go to AI, and learn how to do things, because we cannot fully erase the facts that people are learning a lot in social media and also other AI tools. So talking about the data, which you also mentioned, that data is the new oil, we recognize that data is very important in the work we do, and that is why we are carrying out the research. Also, we are also properly documenting the cases that we have handled. We have proper step-by-step way that we have handled this case, and we are documenting them. Our case files are there, and then for every activity we have an attendance that everybody fills, and these are the database of people that have attended our activity, and then we keep them in handy, especially in the finance office. The reports for all the activities are kept at a particular place, so that if we want to talk about the evils, we can go back to those reports and then assess them. The reports are also used for financial reporting. And then what we also do is also try to see how we can engage electronic means of preserving our information. What if maybe you come to this office, you don't meet it again, something has happened? How do we secure our data? So we also have places that we upload our data that is very, very secured online. And then for each activity we do, we try to make a documentary out of it, and from this documentary we post it on our social media. And when that happens, people can see this. Even after 5 years, you can go to our YouTube and see that on this particular day this happened.
So we continue to also look out for partners, not just making partners. For example, yesterday we've identified a new partner, that is the Attorney General and the Ministry of Health here in Enugu State. So because of the way they received us, and then the programs that we propose to work with them. So, and then because we don't believe that we must be fighting the government. Government is a great ally that we need to continue to work with. So we work with the Ministry of Health, we work with the Ministry of Gender, and then yesterday we've identified and then reach partnership with the Ministry of Justice. So the same thing, we also continue to look around for that. The same also for the religious partners. Last year, just like Chinedu mentioned in our other program, we had partnership with some Catholic priests and then other religious bodies that were part of our Free to Be Me project. So we are very open and also very flexible in terms of the partnership that we have. So some of the challenges also I forgot to mention. We are still on the rise, human rights violations that continue to affect both our program, our beneficiaries, and also a huge threat. So yes, we know the country is unsafe, but also there are vulnerable people in the mix of the vulnerable population. So, and then the key populations and LGBT people happens to be one of those marginalized and more vulnerable populations that they are Nigerians, and then they need to be safeguarded and also protected. So for those with diverse opinion, part of what we did in our Free to Be Me project was to continue to engage the general public. We believe there are people who have their biases around some of the people we work for. So, and then it's for us to understand what exactly is the bias of this person. For example, you are opposed to same-sex marriage, you're opposed to this, you're opposed to that. No problem. You cannot deny, even if we are opposing this, you cannot also not deny this person's their fundamental human right. You can also not subject them to inhuman and degrading treatment and then other unnecessary behaviors. So, and then nobody's promoting a criminal activity or promotion of same-sex marriage or stuff like that. No, our promotion is on number one, fundamental rights of all citizens, regardless of their sexual orientation and gender identity, needs to be protected. And nobody should be subjected to a harsh treatment because they are, they identify differently or because of who they chose to love or however they do their thing. So for safe housing, we definitely used to have a safe house, but due to funding situations, we stopped the safe housing. We are also in talk with some partners to see the possibility of this, because often the people whose rights have been violated may, or maybe for example somebody who have survived a mob attack will need a place to move into. So we honestly need a safe house, but unfortunately we don't have one currently. This is our audit report. The objective of the report was just to express an independent opinion on whether the project financial statements present a true and fair view of a project embarked upon by AGHi, to ascertain whether the project funds was used in accordance with the terms and conditions of the funding agreement, to evaluate the adequacy and effectiveness of the internal control systems, one financial management and procurement and reporting systems of AGHi, to verify that the expenditure is eligible and properly authorized, to assess compliance with relevant laws, donor guidelines, and AGHi organizational financial policies.
The engagement is really educating, and I must commend all of you. We all started like this, frankly speaking. For YCS, that's the journey. And don't take anything you are doing for granted. And any position you are now, try to explore, expand it. If you are an auditor, go to YouTube, read about auditing, because it's something that you use anytime. And for example, ED It's somebody that wants you to explore. Because even this meeting now is a learning point for all of us. We are not going home the way we are. You can see how things are done. The auditing report in a country like Nigeria, and you have a standard audit showing everything, all the cover that was given to you, this how it was spent, is something you need to, myself, I'm taking home as well. And for the collaboration, when we open up, we believe that something good will come out, because we cannot wait and say it's not possible. We have to try our best, and I believe that if we try our best, anything can be possible.
Thank you, the board. We appreciate. We can do much without the support of the board. Whatever we are doing always gets the approval of the board to keep us moving. So the board is like the engine room of every organization, and then in practice, the owners of the organization. So we continue to rely on you for your continual support, for your continual collaboration, also helping us in fundraising, which is also very important because most of the things we are doing revolves around funding. We can't achieve much without you people, the board members. So on behalf of my team, but those who are not here, and then those who are here, he wants to appreciate all of you for coming. Thank you very much. The other board members are not here, and then we'll continue to also relate the feedback from this meeting from them. Thank you very much, and then hope to have you very soon once again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me. My name is Arthur Tobeno Ledibe. I'm a member of the board here, and over the years we've seen the good work you guys are doing. We understand clearly that it's not easy, but you keep making the bold step by the day. So we traveled all the way to have the meeting today to access and reassess what you are doing and what you've done. And from the records and from what we've seen, you guys are making a serious effort. You guys are doing a great job. And ours is simple to, ensure that the collaboration keeps coming up. Looking at your figures as well, everything seemed very, accurate and correct. So mine is to appreciate you guys for your job, for the job you're doing. And again, to also encourage you to take the leap steps, to take the bold step, to make a decision that since you are here to make the world a better place. You are here to make people understand who they are. You are here to support people who needed support the most. And after that, I believe that God will bless you and all of you will prosper. But again, as an advice, you must take serious anything you are doing now, no matter how little you think, no matter how big it is, take it very serious because I believe a few years back, we all were in these shoes together and have supported us whatever we're doing in life. So keep the flag flying. We love you. We support you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Hello, my name is Richard Ape, as you know, from the board of AGHi, currently coordinating the board with my colleague who spoke in earlier video. It's always a pleasure to be here at AGHi or AGHi, as most of you call it, to hear what you've been doing over the years and to interact with members of staff and management. It's a privilege what you're doing and to see the impact of the work that you're doing, especially for the vulnerable community. I want to use this opportunity to commend all of you, to thank staff and volunteers, partners, and all the supporters for the tremendous support you've been giving to AGHi to continue to act in a world and in a society that needs the kind of support that you're providing. What you're doing is important. What you're doing is having great impact, and you shouldn't neglect the impact that you make in the life of the people that you are supporting. And so it's for me to encourage all of you and to thank you for this tremendous work that you're doing, and to assure you of the assurance and the support of the board as well. there's anything we can do to improve your conditions, to improve the work that you're doing, we are happy to provide our advice, our support in a way that is possible to make sure that you continue to make greater impact more than you're already doing. I thank all of you. I don't have much words to say, but to say we're really appreciative of the contribution that you bring to AGHi in your individual and collectiveness as members of staff and management. So continue to add, continue to do your best, and continue to find a way to improve the services that you provide. And hopefully we can reach greater number of people. Hopefully we can improve the organization and become best in what we do, and also as a point of reference for many others. So thank you very much, and all the best, and be rest assured of our support.